Hey foodies, and welcome back to Cooking with Kiana. On today's recipe, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make jerk chicken Rasta pasta, which is one of my favorite kinds of pastas. You get those spicy Caribbean flavors from the jerk chicken, and then you just mix it with some creamy Alfredo, and it's just the perfect balance. If you guys are interested in this recipe, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. That way you can become a part of the foodie family and you do not miss new recipes. Now let's get started. So for this recipe, you'll need 4 chicken breast fillets, 4 sprigs of fresh thyme, and 4 cloves of garlic chopped finely, a half a bundle of scallion chopped finely, and then for bell peppers, I'm going to be using 1 yellow bell pepper, 1 orange, and 1 red, and you want to go ahead and julienne those. And you're only going to be using half of each bell pepper. Now this is the jerk seasoning that I'm going to be using today. I like using this one, and I'm going to be using about 4 tablespoons of that. Then you're going to need about 3 cups of heavy whipping cream and 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese, 12 ounces of penne pasta, and to season up this chicken, I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of Caribbean Rythims meat seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. Alright, so after you have went ahead and washed off your chicken, you're going to go ahead and place that into a large bowl. To that bowl, I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add that seasoning as well. I'm also going to add in about 2 tablespoons of jerk seasoning, 2 sprigs of fresh thyme, and half of that chopped garlic that I showed you guys earlier, as well as half of those scallions that I showed you guys earlier. Okay, so now you're just going to go in with your hands and then just make sure you massage everything in. We don't make sure this jerk chicken is well seasoned. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in about 1 teaspoon of accent seasoning. And of course you want to make sure you rub that in as well, and that is just going to help enhance that flavor. Okay, so now that I'm done seasoning that, we're just going to go ahead and cover this with some saran wrap, and we're going to place this in the refrigerator overnight. If you can't do overnight, at least aim for 3 hours. In the meantime, I'm going to be boiling my pasta, and you just want to follow the directions on the back of your package for al dente cooking time. Making sure you're occasionally stirring your pasta so it does not stick together. And once your pasta is all cooked, just go ahead and drain that water. Now that my chicken is done marinating, it is time to start searing our chicken breast. So on a medium to high heat, go ahead and add in your chicken breast, and you're going to cook it on one side for 5 minutes. Then you're going to flip that over and cook it on the other side for 7 minutes. And you see all that dark brown caramelization, that is what you guys want. That is going to give you flavor. If you guys want, you can grill these chicken breasts as well. That's going to give it more of a jerk taste, but it's not necessary. So once you're done searing your chicken breast, you just want to go ahead and let that cool off. Once that cools off, we'll cut into that. But in the meantime, we are going to take all of that leftover stuff in the pan, and we are going to add about 1/4 of a cup of wine to that. And just go ahead and scrape up all of that fond. You do not want to get rid of that because that is going to add a lot of flavor to this dish. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and add in what was left over from that chicken marinade, and we're going to add that in. As you see over here, we don't waste anything, okay? That's going to add a lot of flavor as well. Go ahead and give that a good stir so all of these flavors can marry in with each other. And now we're going to go ahead and add in the bell peppers, and we are just going to cook those until they are nice and tender. So once those are nice and tender, we're just going to go ahead and remove those from our pan as well and set those aside. If you guys are still with me and you are enjoying this recipe so far, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the recipe. That way I know I'm doing a good job. So now you're going to go ahead and turn that fire down to a medium to low heat. Add in about 3 tablespoons of butter, as well as the remainder of that garlic. Go ahead and give that a good stir for about a minute. Make sure you do not burn that garlic. And then we're going to go ahead and add in 1 tablespoon of flour. Go ahead and give that a good stir so that flour can cook out a little bit. Once that has cooked out, we are going to go ahead and gradually add in 3 cups of heavy cream. So add in half of that heavy cream, stir until it starts to thicken up just like this. Then you're going to go ahead and add in that remaining of the heavy cream, and then you're going to give that a good stir until that starts to thicken. Now we're going to go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of jerk seasoning, 2 sprigs of thyme, and the remainder of that chopped scallion. Then we're going to add in the bell peppers. At this point, you want to go ahead and taste it, see if you would like to add anything to it. I decided to add in 1 teaspoon of accent just to give it a little more flavor. And now you want to go ahead and kill your heat and add in 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. And you're going to let that residual heat melt that cheese. That way your sauce is not burnt on the bottom. You'll know your sauce is thick enough when it coats the back of your spoon and you're able to trace a line with it with your finger. So now that we're finally done with the sauce, we can go ahead and add in our penne pasta and just gradually add in the pasta depending on how creamy you would like your Rasta pasta to be. If you want it to be more creamy, do not add as much noodles. So just go ahead and give that a good stir until that is nice and creamy and everything is well combined. Now the last step is just to slice our chicken, and as you can see, since I went ahead and let that cool down, I'm able to slice into it and the juices are not running everywhere, which is great to help lock in that moisture so we can have an overall tender and juicy chicken breast. So there are 2 ways that you can serve your Rasta pasta. One way is adding the chicken directly into the Rasta pasta and just stirring everything all together. This is ideally how you would make it. However, for presentation purposes, I'm going to be placing my jerk chicken right on top of the Rasta pasta, and I'm just going to be topping that with some more scallions. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. You guys should definitely give this recipe a try. You can also add some shrimp in there as well, and I'm telling you, it'll taste even better. And like always, I will be leaving the full recipe with all of the ingredients as well as the measurements in the description box below, so you guys can make this at home. When you guys do make this, be sure to leave a comment below letting me know how it came out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next recipe.